I'm about to pull back the curtain on something that's been quietly dominating tournament circuits for the last 3 years. Something so simple, so ridiculously effective, that when I first saw it, I actually laughed. Then I tried it, and within 18 minutes, I was surrounded by more fish than I'd seen in my entire previous season combined. Here's what's crazy. While everyone's spending hundreds on fancy scent dispensers and biodegradable chum bags, a guy I met at a dock in Louisiana was pulling in limits using literal garbage. A plastic bottle, punched full of holes, sunk with a rock. That's it. And before you click away thinking this is some clickbait nonsense, stick with me for the next 15 minutes because what I'm about to show you violates everything the fishing industry has told you about attracting fish. If you're serious about multiplying your catch rate, hit that subscribe button right now. Drop a like so this gets shown to more anglers, and comment below with what you're currently using for bait, because I guarantee it's not this. The first time I deployed this method, I was skeptical. I punched 12 holes in a 20-ounce trash bottle, loaded it with something I'll reveal in a minute, tied it to a 5-pound river rock, and dropped it 20 feet from my position. I set a timer. 18 minutes. That's the magic window. At minute 12, I saw the first flicker of silver. By minute 15, the water looked like it was boiling. By 18, I had a feeding frenzy that lasted 47 minutes straight. I caught my limit in under an hour. The guy next to me with his $300 setup, zero. He actually packed up and moved because he thought my spot was just blessed. Let me show you the difference in real numbers. Traditional methods, you're looking at maybe 3 to 7 fish per 2-hour session if you're decent. With this bottle system, I'm averaging 19 to 24 fish in the same time frame. That's a 300% increase. But here's where it gets interesting. Those numbers are from recreational anglers. Tournament guys who've adopted this, they're reporting 500 to 700% increases in strike rates during the 18-minute window. The data doesn't lie. This works on bass, catfish, panfish, even saltwater species when you adjust the mixture. So, what actually goes in the bottle? This is where it gets beautifully simple. You need 3 components. First, the attractant base. This is whatever you'd normally use as bait or chum. Chopped bait fish, chicken liver, hot dogs, shrimp, doesn't matter. The key is, it needs to be in small enough pieces to pass through your punched holes. Second component is an oil carrier. Cheap vegetable oil, fish oil, even olive oil works. This creates a slick that spreads on the surface and water column. Third component is the game changer. Powdered garlic. Lots of it. A tablespoon minimum. This is the secret weapon nobody talks about. Here's how you assemble it. Take your empty plastic bottle. Water bottle, soda bottle, whatever. Use a screwdriver or an ice pick and punch holes all around the bottom third of the bottle. 12 to 15 holes about the diameter of a pencil. You want flow, but not a waterfall. Now fill the bottle 1/3 with your bait chunks. Add 2 tablespoons of oil. Add your garlic powder. Add another layer of bait. More oil. More garlic. Fill it about 3/4 full. Top it off with water from your fishing spot, not tap water. This is crucial. You want the bottle to smell like the environment. Now here's the part most people mess up. You need weight. The bottle has to sink, but not plummet. You want a slow descent. I use a river rock tied to the neck with paracord. 4 to 6 pounds is perfect. The rock sits on the bottom. The bottle hovers just above it, anchored but able to shift with current. This creates a dispersal pattern that mimics a dying or injured creature releasing scent as it moves. Fish are hardwired to investigate this. When you drop it, mark your position. Set a timer for 18 minutes. Do not fish that spot during this window. This is the hardest part for people. You have to let the scent cone build. Imagine you're creating an underwater smoke signal. The garlic oil rises and spreads horizontally. The bait particles drift with the current. The punched holes create a pulse effect as the bottle shifts. By minute 12, you've got a scent highway leading directly to your bottle. By 18, every predatory fish within a 100-yard radius has followed that highway and is circling. Why does this work? Let's talk about the biology. Fish don't just hunt by sight. Their lateral line system detects vibrations and pressure changes. Their olfactory sensors are thousands of times more sensitive than ours. Garlic contains allicin, a sulfur compound that mimics the chemical signature of distressed prey. When you combine that with amino acids from decomposing bait and lipids from the oil, you're creating a trifecta that triggers 3 separate feeding responses simultaneously. It's like ringing a dinner bell that only fish can hear and telling them the meal is injured and can't escape. The oil layer is critical because it doesn't dissolve. It floats and spreads, creating a surface slick that fish can track from incredible distances. In tests, bass have followed oil slicks over 400 feet in moving water. The current works for you. You're not fighting it. And because the bottle releases slowly through those punched holes, you're not dumping everything at once. You're creating a sustained release that keeps fish interested and searching rather than grabbing a quick bite and leaving. Now here's the history part that most people don't know. This isn't new. Commercial fishermen in Southeast Asia have used similar methods for centuries. They'd take hollow bamboo tubes, fill them with fermented shrimp paste and garlic, seal the ends with mud that slowly dissolved, and sink them in prime fishing areas. The modern plastic bottle is just the evolution, but here's why it stayed underground for so long. The tackle industry makes billions selling you solutions. Scent sprays, attractant gels, electronic lures. If everyone knew that a trash bottle and garlic powder outperformed all of it, those companies would collapse. So this method lived in dock talk and tournament whispers. I learned it from a 73-year-old fisherman who learned it from his father, who worked on commercial boats in the Gulf. He told me something I'll never forget. The best fishermen aren't the ones with the best gear. They're the ones who understand what fish actually want and give it to them in a way that feels natural. That bottle doesn't look like a lure. It doesn't look manufactured. To a fish, it looks like a food source, something real, something worth investigating. Let me give you some variations because conditions matter. If you're fishing in heavy current, add more weight and fewer holes. You want the scent to release slower because the current will spread it faster. In still water or ponds, use lighter weight and more holes. The bottle needs to pulse and shift to create movement in that scent cone. If you're targeting catfish, swap the garlic for anise extract. Catfish go insane for anise. For salt water, add crushed crab shell or squid chunks. The principle stays the same, but you're matching the local diet. Temperature affects this too. Cold water slows everything down. In water below 50 degrees, double your wait time to 30 or 35 minutes. The scent disperses slower. Fish metabolism drops. They're still hungry, but they're moving less. In warm water above 70 degrees, you can cut the time to 12 or 15 minutes. Everything accelerates. Fish are more aggressive. Scent spreads faster. I've had summer sessions where I'm redeploying every 20 minutes and catching non-stop. Here's a pro tip nobody talks about. Use 2 bottles. Deploy one, wait 9 minutes. Deploy the second one 30 feet away in a different direction. Now you've got overlapping scent cones creating a triangle of attraction with you at the point. Fish hit that intersection and it's like they've entered a feeding zone. This is advanced, but it's devastatingly effective. I've used this in tournaments and it looks like I'm cheating. I'm not. I'm just creating better chemistry. The most common mistake I see is people checking the bottle too soon. They drop it, wait 5 minutes, can't stand the suspense, reel it in to see if it's working. You just destroyed the entire scent cone you were building. Patience is everything. Set that timer. Walk away if you have to. Check your other lines. Organize your tackle. But do not disturb that bottle until 18 minutes minimum. Trust the process. The science is sound. The method works. Your impatience is the only thing that can ruin it. Another mistake is using fancy bottles. Don't. Use the cheapest, thinnest plastic you can find. Thin plastic flexes with current. Thick plastic doesn't. You want that bottle responding to every tiny shift in water movement. It creates micro pulses in the scent release. Those pulses matter, and when you're done, you throw it away. Don't try to reuse it. The plastic absorbs scent and degrades. Fresh bottle every time. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is positioning. Where you drop the bottle matters almost as much as what's in it. You want structure nearby. Rocks, fallen trees, weed lines, drop-offs. Fish use these as highways and hunting grounds. Drop your bottle on the upstream or upcurrent side of structure. The scent washes into the ambush zone. Fish are already there waiting. You're just giving them a reason to commit. If you drop it in open, featureless water, you'll still get bites, but you're working harder than you need to. Depth matters too. For bass and panfish, keep it in the top 15 feet. For catfish, go deeper, 25 to 35 feet. For pike and muskie, shallow water near vegetation, 8 to 12 feet. Match the species to the depth. And here's something wild. In layered water where you've got temperature stratification, drop it right at the thermocline. That's where baitfish school. Predators know this. You're putting your scent bomb exactly where they're already hunting. I want to circle back to garlic for a second because people always ask if it actually matters or if I'm exaggerating. I ran a side-by-side test last summer. 2 identical bottles, same bait, same oil, same holes. One had garlic, one didn't. I dropped them 40 feet apart. The garlic bottle produced 17 fish in 90 minutes. The non-garlic bottle produced 4. Same day, same water, same conditions. The garlic is not optional. It's the multiplier, and it's cheap. A $5 container of garlic powder will last you an entire season. If you want to take this to the next level, there's one more addition that's borderline unfair. MCG monosodium glutamate. The stuff in your kitchen. Half a teaspoon in the bottle. It amplifies the amino acid signal. Fish can't resist it. I'm talking about turning a good day into a legendary day. But this is where ethics come in. Some tournaments ban additives. Know your rules. For recreational fishing, it's open season. For competition, check first. I'm giving you the nuclear option, but use it responsibly. Now let's talk about what happens after the 18 minutes. You've got fish swarming. What's your play? Start shallow, work deep. The aggressive feeders hit first and they're usually higher in the water column. Use faster presentations. Crankbaits, spinners, topwater. Once you've worked through the aggressive fish, slow down. Soft plastics, jigs, live bait. You're targeting the cautious fish now. They're there. They're hungry. They just need more convincing. This 2-phase approach maximizes your window. And here's something most people never consider. That bottle keeps working. Even after the initial frenzy dies down, that scent cone is established. Fish will continue moving through it for hours. I've had sessions where I set the bottle at dawn, fished until noon, and still caught fish following the scent trail. It's a gift that keeps giving. You front-load the effort with the setup, then you coast on the results. Let me tell you about the time this saved a tournament for me. I was in 3rd place going into the final day. The top 2 guys were working a weed bed that had been producing all weekend. I knew if I fished there, I'd just be fighting for scraps. So I moved to a secondary spot nobody was touching. Dropped 2 bottles, waited. At 18 minutes, it was on. I boated 12 fish in 2 hours, all keepers. I jumped from 3rd to 1st and won by 4 pounds. The guys who were leading couldn't figure out what happened. They fished harder water with better technique. I just used better chemistry. This method works in rivers, lakes, ponds, even brackish water. The only place it struggles is heavy surf, because the bottles get tossed around too much, and the scent disperses too fast. But anywhere with moderate current or stillness, you're golden. I've used this in farm ponds that supposedly didn't have fish and pulled out bass that nobody knew existed. The bottle finds them. You just have to give it time. Here's your action plan. Tonight, punch some holes in a bottle. Tomorrow, load it with bait, oil, and garlic. Drop it 18 minutes before you start fishing. Mark the spot. Set the timer. When it goes off, cast into the zone and hold on. You're going to feel the difference immediately. And when you're pulling in fish after fish while everyone around you is struggling, you're going to remember this video. That's when you come back, leave a comment telling me how it went, and share this with every angler you know. Because here's the thing, the fishing industry doesn't want you to know this. They want you dependent on their products, but you're not dependent anymore. You've got the knowledge, you've got the method, you've got the edge. And if you want more methods like this, more secrets that actually work, hit that subscribe button right now. I'm dropping a new technique every week. Stuff that tournament pros use. Stuff that guides charge money to teach. I'm giving it away. Because I believe every angler deserves to catch more fish. Go punch that bottle, drop it in the water, wait 18 minutes, and get ready for the best fishing session of your life. I'll see you on the water.